Another way that these parasitic forms can take hold in the body is through eating foods, which, if you think about it, they're actually toxins, but eating foods that are beneficial to them as well. So sugar, for example, is one that creates an ideal environment for various types of parasites to thrive. There's an allusion to that that's in the book of Daniel, Daniel chapter 1, verse 12. It says here, Daniel was making inquiry regarding food. It says Daniel chapter 1 verse 12, prove thy servants, I beseech thee, 10 days, and let them give us pulse to eat and water to drink. And then let our countenances be looked upon before thee, and the countenance of the children that eat of the portion of the king's meat. And as thou seest, deal with thy servants. So he consented unto them in this matter, and proved them 10 days. And at the end of the 10 days their countenances appeared fairer and fatter in flesh than all the children which did eat the portion of the king's meat. So it doesn't say specifically what the king's meats were, but we can infer that they were like the actual meat itself and other types of delicacies that are not the most beneficial for the human body. Actually, let's go into that word, pulse, and actually see what it says. H2235. Vegetables, right? Vegetables, food such as is eaten in a half fast, opposed to flesh and more delicate food. I'm going to go and guess and say the delicate food is things more like along the lines of bread. But let's see if we can get some more understanding. King's meat. Portion of food for king. Delicacies. Right. And the modern day delicacies would be, I don't know, I mean, I'm of the mind that it's really anything that contains sugar, meat to an extent, wheat, dairy. I mean, these are food items that are known for causing people stomach trouble, but when you eat a lot of these food, it actually can be much more damaging than it appears on the surface. So to get back to the topic of cleansing the temple, fasting was one such way, but also herbs. The quote that I want is, herbs are for healing of the nation. Herbs are for healing of the nations. Where is that? Revelation 22:2. And the leaves of the tree were for the healing of the nations. That's not quite what I wanted. Their fruit will be for food, and their leaves for healing. Well, in any event, Scripture does make the point that there are substances, plants, leaves, trees, herbs that the Most High gave us for healing. And between fasting and herbs, I found those to be two of the most effective ways, because as opposed to I guess you could say other forms or more traditional forms of medicine, they're much more, at least again in my experience, subtle in their ability to expel parasites from the body, as well as strengthening the immune system at the same time. They tend to lead to more subtle, longer term, more complete types of healing in my experience, while minimizing the damaging effects that are on the body, because when the body removes and kills and expels parasitic organisms, it's very taxing because toxins are released throughout the body, and it can be very difficult to deal with those. But herbs and fasting is a much more gentle way to do it, that ensures that the body is restoring itself at the same time that it's removing and expelling parasites. Anyway, I think that's a good area to stop for now. And I'll do more lessons relating to the topic in the future as the Spirit hits. Shalom.